wrestlers, not wrestling anymore.
Let me say one thing. I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I've been sitting in the back, and I have been steaming, brother, because all I've been hearing is Ric Flair and Jimmy Hart and Lawler and Dundee and all this, and they got their own thing going. But let me say one thing. Belts and titles mean a lot. The Southern Belt means a lot, and the Mid-America Belt means a great deal. Now, I'm going to stand out here today in front of 350,000 people, but the man I want to talk to right now is the man who owns that Mid-America Belt, and that's the belt I'm after, Bill Dundee. And I want him to come out here, and I want him just to answer a few questions. That's all I want him to do. Now, I don't want Eddie Marlin. I don't want to talk to Eddie Marlin. I want to talk to Dundee. Because Dundee is the man who has the Mid-America Belt. And how many weeks did I come out here and challenge Bobby Eaton for a match? How many weeks? Well, a lot of weeks, right?
You did, right.
A lot of weeks I challenged him. And now here comes Bill, and I want to... now, no trouble, okay? I just want to ask him a few questions. Bill, right here, baby. I just want to ask you a few questions. Now, listen. Hey, wait a minute. You wait a minute. Bill, I want to ask you one thing, brother. You're the Mid-America champion. Everybody knows that, right? Yeah. I want to ask you what happened.
Well,
What happened? No, okay, I had to wrestle Steve Keirn, right?
Right.
Okay, well, in my opinion, I shouldn't have had to wrestle him anyway because I'm the #1 contender.
Hey,
right or not?
No, wait a minute.
No, wait a minute. Okay, we're supposed to have a match. And how many weeks did I come out here and challenge Bobby Eaton for a match? Yeah. And you know why you won in the first place? Okay, I came out here. Did I or did I not come out here on TV and help you? Did I? Wait a minute. Did I or did I not sit Jimmy Hart down in his chair so you can beat Bobby Eaton?
Well, I'd have done the same for you. You've been on the same day. You never asked me to do
wait a
the
minute
thing.
now.
Yeah,
There's no big question.
Okay. You kept Hart there, and I beat Bobby Eaton.
Okay, you beat, but everybody knows you can beat Bobby Eaton straight up. It was Jimmy Hart that you got to worry about. I neutralized Jimmy Hart. And you didn't win the belt. You didn't win the belt. We won the belt. We won the belt. I helped you win the belt. So actually, what I am, I'm a co-holder of that Mid-America belt.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do with you, Dutchman. If you think you own the belt, you wear the belt a week, and I'll wear it a week, okay?
No. Don't get smart. Don't get smart.
Hey,
all I want to say one thing. I want a match, and I'm not getting a match. I'm not getting
You never beat Steve Keirn, the man.
Hey, I beat Steve Keirn. Hey, it was a stupid referee.
Was anybody there that he beat Steve Keirn?
Hey, were you at ringside? Were you the referee?
Well, I stood back and watched it. They sent everybody in, pulled you apart. The guy never held nobody's hand up.
No, he didn't hold anybody's hand up. Why don't you put the belt up against me, Dundee? Now, I come out here 3 or 4 weeks in a row. Now, what I got to wait? For you to lose the belt or retire to what? I don't like being in first matches, and I'm not going to be in first matches because I'm after that belt. Okay, Ric Flair comes in here. He's going to wrestle the Southern champion. What if the Southern champion has a car wreck? The Mid-American champion will probably take his place. It's like a card game. You got to play your cards right. And I'm going to say one thing. Hey, we're friends, right? But yeah, I want some satisfaction. I want a match. That's all I want. I just want a shot at it, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what you do, Dutch. When you go back and talk to Eddie Marlin, when he says, Bill, sign your name here and use it, I'll sign it.
You'll sign it.
That's right. But not until he does the thing.
Oh, wait a minute.
Come on, Dutch.
The ladder's 9 feet tall, brother. You was
No, I don't
Now
think
you're
that's
down
right.
the bottom. You never beat Keirn.
No
Did
trouble.
he beat Keirn?
Now, let's not have any trouble out here, please.
We're not going to have any trouble.
Come on, Dutch. Eddie. He just hauled off and hit him. They're standing there, and Dutch just hauled off and blasted him one. Dutch, there's no excuse in that kind of stuff out here. Well, Jimmy Hart is purportedly, well, here he comes right now. We had talked to Hart about his association with Kamala, and sure enough, here comes Jimmy with a big Ugandan giant. And here he is, Jimmy Hart.
Live and in living color.
Kamala.
What Jimmy Hart wants, Jimmy Hart gets, man. You know what? I really realized the man was mistreated. Can you imagine? This man, Kamala, the Ugandan giant, has never, ever tasted a watermelon in his life. He don't even know what a watermelon tastes like or looks like. Can you imagine depriving this giant of that? Can you imagine? Kamala has never even been with a woman in the United States. He hadn't even partied with any girls or anything. And you know the parties the First family has, Russell. Can't you imagine Kamala, a big watermelon party with Kamala and all those pretty little girls in a big party? This man will go crazy. Watermelons and women, Kamala. Woo! My champion.
I'm still waiting to find out. I'm kind of getting the gist of it here. Well, how you got Kamala.
Well, I'll tell you later, but let me just say something right now. What I want to talk about is to you, Dutch Mantell. Now, Dutch, I want you to pay attention. If he's not looking in the back, somebody please get him back there, because this is important, baby. When Dutch Mantell was in the family, Dutch had the Southern belt and the Mid-America belt. Am I right or wrong?
That's true.
And he was my first lieutenant when I had the family back then when Dutch was with us. But then Dutch, he went and started talking to Lawler and Dundee and all these people, and they swayed him over, and they said, man, you don't need to be with Jimmy Hart because Jimmy Hart will cheat you. He is no good. But now, where's Dutch Mantell? He is in Never Never Land. He don't have no belt. All he's got is that old whip of his. So what I'm trying to say, Dutch, is you need to be in the family, baby. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Listen, think about it, Dutch. Now think, why in the world are you fighting Kamala on TV today? Do you have a championship match with him? You don't. Well, let me tell you why. The exact reason why everything's like it is now, baby. Eddie Marlin and Dundee are just like that. Just like that. They live close to each other. Matter of fact, Dundee cuts Eddie Marlin's grass. He polishes his car. He goes over to Eddie Marlin and says how pretty that big old pimply-faced, ugly wife of his looks. He goes, oh, she looks so thin. She's so gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? And I can just see him out there now polishing Eddie Marlin's car, polishing around. And he said, you know, Eddie, come here, Eddie. You know, Eddie's hard of hearing, so we had to call him way over to him and said, Eddie, listen, man, I've just been thinking. As a matter of fact, I love his car, but, you know, I've been thinking that Dutch Mantell, boy, he is pretty tough, you know, and it's a rough match. And I ain't scared of him now, but I just thought, why don't you maybe put him and Kamala on TV, and maybe Kamala might hurt Dutch, and then when I fight Dutch this week, Dutch, man, he won't even be able to get in the ring with me. What do you think, Eddie? And old Eddie, kind of being senile in the first place, right, fell right into it. So that's why that match is here, Dutch, because Dundee got to Eddie Marlin, baby. So I'm giving you a chance. You're a smart man, brother. You're a smart man. You need to be with Jimmy Hart in the first family. If you come with me, baby, look, I've got Kamala. Look at it, Eaton and Sugar. I've got the world at my feet, man. We have got youth. We are the future. So, Dutch, be a smart man, baby. Smart enough.
Jimmy,
get on the right side.
We've got a match
I don't care what you do. You know who you're talking to. Evidently, you don't.
I don't have
Dutch,
to listen to
Dutch,
it, Jimmy.
come out here,
no.
baby. I want to see. Oh, come on.
We're going to get the match underway, Jimmy. I don't want to hear it.
Come on.
Will you stop trying to monkey up the show and just get on up there? We got a match. Dutch
This thing's
Mantell
been so dull in the first place till I came out here.
Yeah,
come on,
boy.
Dutch, think about it, baby. You got a match. You're going to get hurt, brother. All right.
You got it.
All right. I knew he was a smart man.
Well, he's got a match coming up there with him.
Super.
We got the match coming up, Jimmy, so just leave it alone.
You know, Hart, a lot of people trying to sign me. Jimmy Cornette's trying to sign me. You're trying to sign me. But I'm a free agent, Hart. I'm my own man. And you're not a dumb man. You're a very smart man. But I'm going to say one thing, Hart. I wouldn't sign with you if you were the last man on earth. I would not sign with you because I was with you one time and I got screwed around, right or not? And I don't have nothing to do with it. But you are right about one thing. There's no need me to wrestle Kamala today because no belts are up. Nothing can be accomplished. So he's right about one thing. I'm not wrestling Kamala. Not today, though.
Hey, come on, Dutch. Now, you listen to this jerk right here. Come on back. You got a match scheduled in it.
Who did you jerk?
Somebody get Eddie, will you? Come on, Dutch. You got a match scheduled.
I can't believe that.
Dude,
I gave him the
stand out
chance
here
of a
with your big
lifetime,
mouth
man.
and
Oh, big
running
mouth. Don't call me big mouth, big nose. What do you want to say that for,
We
man?
had a match lined up in here with Dutch Mantell and Kamala, and now Dutch. Can we get Eddie
That's
out
right,
here?
Dutch. You can stay in the Stone Age, baby, or you can be with a new wave, but that's the last time I asked him to do something.
Eddie. Dutch went walking out and said he's not going to wrestle.
I can't imagine him backing out of the match, but I'll deal with him later. But Jerry Lawler has agreed to take his place, so we can still have a match.
Let me just say a few words here to you, Mr. Hart, you little stinking slimy wimp, and listen up. Now, you can run all over the country and you can tell everybody that you won that belt for me, but you couldn't beat your way out of a wet paper bag, punk. I'm the one that beat that big Ubangi, and I did it then, and I can do it any day of the week. Do you understand that? Now, I'll tell you what I'm fixing to do, Hart. I'm fixing to show you. You just take those little dark glasses off, get those little beady eyes of yours trained on that ring, because I'm fixing to take that big black jerk, and I'm going to beat that paint off his face, and then I'm going to wet his lips, and I'm going to stick him to that wall right over there, and then, Hart, I'm going to take you, and I'm going to do the same thing to you. Do you understand that?
Okay. Well, the match is getting Dave. I guess we got a change in it.
All right.
This is no bad substitution in here as the match is underway very quickly.
No introductions really needed. Lawler out of Memphis, of course, at 228 pounds. Kamala at 380 out of Uganda. It is a one-fall match, 15 minutes, the time limit.
Lawler not even in his wrestling attire. And he is really... Here comes Steve Keirn and Jerry Taylor in after Brown Sugar. And the King being held aloft and dumped down on the floor. Look out. Yeah, watch the cameras.
Keirn and Eaton, Jerry Taylor and Sugar battling on the floor while Kamala works on Lawler in the ring.
Taylor and Sugar. Keirn and Eaton going at it in there. Meanwhile, Kamala up with the King. And he is 4-2, Lawler. Jerry down in the middle of the floor.
Hart stalled Eaton and Sugar out.
Kamala up there with that spear. Holding Terry Taylor and Steve Keirn off. And we got a little order finally restored as Hart starts out as Terry Taylor and Steve Keirn are helping Jerry Lawler out of there. Well, it'd have to be a disqualification, but in typical Hart fashion, once again, the First family interrupts a match and jumps into the ring, Dave. Let's take time out and see if we can get some order restored completely. We got other big action coming up, and we'll be back to it in a moment. Dave, to keep Sugar and Eaton from jumping into the ring is to put them in the ring, and that's exactly what we're going to do on videotape. This one you got to see. It is a bout that took place between Steve Keirn and Terry Taylor, a really outstanding tag team out of Florida, going against the champions Sweet Brown Sugar and Beautiful Bobby Eaton. Let's take a look at it. In the corner, you can do, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Did Taylor nail him with a forearm? I mean, yes. He really pounded Bobby Eaton in the corner. Terry from Vero Beach, Florida, California, Florida. And Keirn catches Eaton as he went over the ropes on the leapfrog, went over to the rope. Steve dramatically showing he was touching the corner, but he still was able to hit him with that forearm. Sugar holds up. And Terry Taylor drop kicks him into Keirn, and Keirn still gets him with a forearm. Taylor hangs on to a side headlock with Beautiful Bobby. Over the top comes... Eaton was going to pull a similar trick that Taylor pulled. Terry slipped out of the way. Eaton in the wrong corner had his hand up to tag, and Steve Keirn did the tagging, but right on the button. Shoots a right, takes a forearm. Whip into the corner. Keirn. Monkey flip as he tagged Terry Taylor on the way down. Beautiful drop kick. Sugar runs into Eaton. Taylor, another monkey flip. And Keirn and Terry Taylor looking very hot. Taylor whips around, going for the abdominal stretch. Can't get a good hook on. Beautiful Bobby. Jimmy Hart jumped up on the ring apron while the referee was separating Sugar and Keirn. He nailed Taylor in the back. And now Sugar takes a tag and tags back out to Eaton. You see, Hart figured it was worth the gamble to do the damage on Taylor. If he got disqualified, they still keep the belt. Beautiful Bobby now. Going after Terry Taylor. Slam by beautiful Bobby, and Taylor down underneath the ropes is picked up by Sweet Brown Sugar. Sugar whips him in. Big clothesline, and boy, did he string him out. Wow. Sugar chin locks him, sits down on the spine, and Steve Keirn comes in, kicks him right out of there. 8.5 minutes in, and Steve Keirn trying to give Terry a little pep talk over there. Taylor puts a foot in the midsection to Eaton, but Sugar headbutts him from outside the ropes. And beautiful Bobby, a knee to the midsection. Tag on Sugar. Double team, and Eaton is shooed out of there by the referee, but he doesn't go and drops an elbow and a leg from Sugar. Steve Keirn gets him out of there. Another big elbow from Sugar. Tag on Eaton. Keirn in the ring without benefit of tag, clubbing away, and there goes Taylor over the top rope while the referee was in between Keirn and Eaton. At the 10-minute mark, Terry Taylor blistered and put down on the mat, where Eaton and Sugar double teaming again. Sugar, man, you can hear that right hand popping Terry Taylor. Taylor swinging back. Sugar goes under it and comes back in again himself. Taylor taking quite a pounding. Double team. Sugar out. Eaton stays in. There's a tag on Steve Keirn. The referee arguing with Sugar. He probably didn't see it. That's what I thought. With Taylor being held, Sugar comes off the top rope, or the second rope. Steve Keirn being run out by referee Paul Morton, who did not see the tag. He was busily engaged with Sugar. Taylor trying to fight his way back up. Shoulder, and Taylor may go to the well one too many times. He does a sunset flip, but Sugar right down on top of him knocks him off as Jimmy. And the referee runs Sugar back out of there. Eaton gives it up to Sugar legally this time. Approaching the 14-minute mark in action. Taylor now going for the corner, and there's a tag on Steve Keirn, but Bobby Eaton started through the rope. The referee was keeping him out again. He did not see Steve Keirn. Keirn about to have a piece of the referee. That's the second time he's tagged, but the referee's missed it. And Steve just says to heck with it and comes after Sugar and Eaton. He pulls. That's going to be a disqualification. 14 minutes, 23 seconds. The winners and still champions are Sweet Brown Sugar and beautiful Bobby Eaton. Disqualification, 14-23. Boy, was that a stem winder and a half, man. I got to tell you, sometimes I like that disqualification rule, and other times I don't like the disqualification and various things. You worked it out in great shape,
Jim Cornette, how you doing?
Jimmy wanted me to call you over here. He was out with us watching the match, and Aaron had some very kind things to say, as a matter of fact, during the particular. Okay, Jimmy.
Bill, I want to make an announcement. You know what I've been doing the past couple of weeks. I've been going around, I've been scouting talent, and I've tried to find somebody that I want to manage. And after last week, I think you saw what happened. You were probably watching on the monitor or something. Jerry Lawler insulted me, and so I've been narrowing my list down just a little bit, and he, as my top choice, was crossed off the list. And so what I want to do right now...
So what you're telling me is...
I was your second choice, right? Well, no, what I want to do is I want to make my first public offer. I want to make my first public offer. I want to offer you the chance to be managed by me. You couldn't hear what I was saying over here. I can make you...
He ain't making his first public offer. What you're making is your second public offer, so I'm just going to tell you something, Jimbo. No. I don't like being second to nobody and nothing. Jerry was obviously your first choice, so you just go back and talk to the king and see what he's going to say about it.
No, Bill, he insulted me. So I'm making my first public offer. I want to manage Bill Dundee. Bill, come here.
Well, apparently...
I can spend any amount of money. I can make you a star.
Oh, no.
Now, I don't want him insulting me again, Lance.
Well, Jimmy... Jerry...
Big one, Lance. This is a big one. I'm coming to you, Elizabeth. I'll be the one with no contract in my hand.
Lance, I don't want him out here again insulting me.
Do you mean that I didn't get the contract offer, Jimmy?
Now, let me tell you something, Jerry. You came out here last week. You made fun of my shoes. You made fun of my clothes. This man has... I thought you had class, but you don't.
Oh, Jimmy. Now, wait a minute.
Now, Bill
Calm
Dundee has class.
down. Calm down a little bit, Jimmy. Now, don't get so excited out here. I didn't make fun... Wait a minute.
Now, Lance,
Wait a minute. Lance, fill of this suit. Did your mother dress you this morning? This is a heavy wool suit. It must be 90 degrees outside. She put you in a winter suit today like this? Now, if you want some respect, come down here and act like an intelligent human being. Don't come down here like a little wimp like this and let your mother dress you.
You don't have any class.
You come out here talking about his mother. That's a big joke, man. Don't come out here like a little kid. If you're going to be like a man, don't come out here talking about your rich mother and all of this stuff. Is that right or not? Come on. We don't want to hear it, man.
Now, wait a minute. Now, Lance, I come out here and I try to do something serious. I'm being serious. At first, he comes out here, he makes fun of my shoes. He makes fun of my clothes. Dundee. I make this man a public offer. I can get him some publicity. I can do something for you. You don't realize what I can do for you. I've got access to as much money as I want. He isn't going to get the chance, but you are. If you want to take it, but you turn me down. I'm Jimmy Cornette. I get what I want. I'm not used to being treated this way. All right, you see him? You see this right here, Dundee? Come here, you see this?
Oh, a little temper.
You see this? Lawler, that was your name, Dundee. That's yours. I'm sick of being treated this way. I'm fed up with all of you. If you don't want, I can do something.
Well, our guest...
I believe you made him mad. Do you think you made him mad? Think he got mad?
I think that was a classic temper tantrum, don't you? His mother will probably be upset.
You guys are something. The king and a superstar. We're going to take time out, and we'll be back with Southern Tag information for you in just a moment. Oh. real superstar Dundee win it over the big Angel in there. He had a tough battle indeed. We still got the King. You'll see him in action in the ring.
Right.
Yeah, and Kamala will be here, and Spike Huber and Steve Regal will be here a little bit later on. We talked a little bit earlier and hinted to the fact of Southern Tag action. By golly, I'll tell you, one of the outstanding matches. You've got a couple of aggressive teams in Sweet Brown Sugar and beautiful Bobby Eaton that we'll see a little bit later on. They tangled with Steve Keirn and Terry Taylor, a couple of Florida representatives. You've got to see the highlights of this Southern Tag title match. Take a look. Sugar hammered into Steve Keirn's knee. Steve takes over. And he dumps Sugar right down in the middle of the ring. Steps on his face. Hammered in with an uppercut. And Steve pushes Brown Sugar down. Look out. Boy, he blasted Brown Sugar across that oak table. That's an idea of what's happening in a no disqualification match. Here goes Keirn after beautiful Bobby. He whips the chair at him. And look at Keirn go after him. Sugar dropped on a pile driver by Taylor while all the action was underway. A whip. Ooh. Sugar bounced down on a backbreaker. Keirn in the air. Rocked with a big knee. Woo! Brown Sugar with Steve Keirn dropping on the leg. Keirn suplexes him all the way over and down. Sugar over the shoulder of Steve Keirn. Jams that shoulder in. He may have a pin, but Bobby Eaton breaks it up. He had stunned Brown Sugar. Bad. Look at Sugar. He's out on his feet. Steve goes around. Abdominal stretch. Here comes Eaton. Double chop. Right on the back of the neck of Steve Keirn. Jimmy Hart up on the ring apron, and Steve Keirn nails him. And Steve hit by Jimmy Hart with that chain. Hart rushed across there and nailed Steve. Keirn taking a shot now from Sugar and Eaton. Here comes Terry Taylor. Sugar gets the cane and rips Steve Keirn with it. Steve is a mess. Boy, he has been ripped open with that cane earlier that Jimmy Hart nailed him. have some kind of a win, too. And you talking about rough men, when those four guys get in there against each other, really something else. So,
From New Orleans, 244 pounds, the Dream Machine. And going against him from Memphis, Tennessee, at 232 pounds, Jerry the King Lawler. This match one fall. 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Jerry in his crown and his colorful cape. And he's getting ready to shed it right now. The Southern heavyweight title around his waist is not, of course, at stake. But anytime you step in the ring with a king, you're trying to make an impression, and that's exactly what the Dream Machine's going to be doing. Here we go. Bell time, Dave.
Looking for a good match here. Dream Machine, of course, you know him. That's him. Going against the King. Non-title match. Jerry's AWA Southern heavyweight belt is not on the line in this match. But the Dream Machine, I imagine, will be wrestling like it is.
Kamala will be coming up immediately following this match. Dave, we'll have him in action, the big Ugandan.
Lots of action still to come on Championship Wrestling. Dream Machine backs Lawler into the corner. Oh, boy, he nailed him again with that right fist in the top of the head. That's twice he's gotten him in a corner and hit him with a fist.
Dream, since he's peeled off about 35 pounds, he really is moving much faster than he ever did in there. Lawler seeing a piece of it right now. The Dream heading straight at him.
Peels him across the ring with an arm drag. The Dream Machine starts yelling he had his tight pulled. He goes to the crowd when the crowd disagrees and says, yes, I did. Uh-oh, Dream Machine out of the ring. He's upset because the crowd wouldn't back up his story to the referee. Now back in the ring. Lawler set near the corner. Dream Machine backs to the center of the ring. We're a minute 50 seconds into this one. 1 minute 50 seconds gone. It's a 15-minute time limit match. Ooh, and a Dream Machine. Putting the heat on the wrist.
Hey, Dream, all right.
Left arm of Jerry Lawler. Lawler, right fist double, and he lets it fly. Dream Machine knocked off his feet onto the mat, bounces up, backs to the corner. And Jerry Calhoun, the referee, warning Lawler about the fist after Dream Machine had used it twice earlier in the match. Dream backs Lawler to the corner again. A whip and a reversal by Lawler. The Dream Machine bounces into the turnbuckles. Lawler goes in after him. Dream kicked it back. Drops down with the upper arm across the back of the neck.
Boy, he blasted out of that corner. That's some of that speed we were talking about.
Dream Machine got Lawler off his feet. Lawler hung onto the rope. Whoa! Lawler knocked over the top rope. He was not thrown over. Had he been thrown over, that would have been the disqualification, but his momentum carried him over after Dream Machine hit him. Down on the floor, referee Jerry Calhoun trying to get that stopped and get him back in the ring. Lawler heads back for the ring. And Lawler run into the ring post. Now the Dream Machine back in the ring. Lawler under the rope. Dream pulling his hair, picks him up. Fires him into the rope. Ooh. Elbow. Lawler picked up in the air and body slam by Dream Machine. Dream bounces out of the corner, drops down to cover. 1, 2. And Lawler kicks out of it. That's a 2 count. Very close to a win there for the Dream Machine. smacking those ears. Lawler back in the corner. Four and a half minutes gone. 4.5 minutes into the action, and the Dream Machine firing that fist first to left and then to right, and Lawler comes out of the corner, and he nails him. And again, the Dream Machine hits the mat, bounces up. Lawler with him in the air. Body slams him, says, how about the fist? Crowd says, yeah, and he lets him have it.
Referee Jerry Calhoun counting all the time, trying to get him off using that fist.
5 minutes gone. 5 minutes gone. 10 minutes left to wrestle. Dream Machine. Lawler into the rope. Jimmy Hart trips him. Hart came running in here and pulled Lawler's feet out from under him. Dream Machine with a cover. 2. Lawler's got a foot on the rope.
Yes, he does.
And just in the nick of time. Dream Machine thinks he's won it. Lawler from behind drops him down. Count of 3. Lawler gets the win. And boy, the Dream Machine is hot. Dream Machine got the 2 count on Lawler. Lawler put the foot on the rope. When the referee tapped Dream Machine on the back to say, hey, break it, the foot's on the rope, I think Dream thought he had won it at that point. He jumped up, arms raised in victory.
Well, he just got that victory.
Lawler slipped in behind him, then dropped him down, held him for the 3 count. It's Lawler that gets the win in the match. 5 minutes, 31 seconds of time.
Kind of an interesting situation. Lawler was fortunate that when he went down, Hart, of course, tripped him right there at the rope, but that he was close enough to be able to get that leg up on the rope, because I don't believe he have had in the past couple of weeks a chance. What we started out to find out about was a little bit about Jimmy Cornette's plans to be a manager. And Jimmy, I know that you have had a moment or two of rough treatment out here, but, you know, I guess that's all part of it.
Lance, I'm glad to be here today, even though I've had to buy this time. The past couple of weeks, I've been the object of ridicule, of embarrassment, of abuse, of anything else that you want to call it, at the hands of Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee while you stood by watching.
I was here.
My family name has been embarrassed. And although Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee don't seem to take me very seriously, I'm not the object of ridicule that the entire country, that they would have people believe the entire country thinks I am. I'm serious about this, as I've said before, and my mother's attorneys have come into it. I've negotiated with them, and they have been negotiating with people. If these freeloaders back here would be quiet, and I have here, if you don't mind, a notebook with a list of no less than 15 names that my mother's attorneys have had serious commitments with, and I don't want to reveal anyone. The book will stay closed. But to name drop just a little bit, because I am pretty happy about it. Terry Funk, Dory Funk Jr., Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, all either present or past NWA World Heavyweight Champions, and that's where the book will stay. I think that's enough. But as to Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee, they seem to want to drag my family name down through the mud. And I'm upset about it, and my mother's upset about it. I talked to her. She's been watching me, and she was not happy at all, because the Cornette family name is one that's been respected for a long time. It has a rich heritage, and it's not something that some lowlifes can come and just on national TV drag down through the mud like that. And so she said, what are we going to do about it? And I said, well, Mama, why don't we put a bounty out on them? And she said, no, that's too low. That's not something that we would do, but in business, Lance, there's things known as incentives. And now, what we've done is put a $5,000 cash incentive for anyone that wrestles Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee and ends the match to my satisfaction. Do you understand that?
Yeah, it seems Jimmy kind of not exactly the right spirit on which to take the
I
whole
came
thing.
out here in good spirit at the beginning, and then Jerry Lawler comes out here, and Bill Dundee comes out here, and they had their chance. I wanted them, but not anymore. So now they've blown it, Lance. That's all there is to it. Now, the first person, I've had negotiations with different people, but I've talked especially on the phone to Atlanta, to the Super D. And $5,000 cash, in addition to the $10,000 that Jimmy Hart and Ric Flair have worked out on Jerry Lawler's head. The Super D said for $15,000. Well, I can't tell you what he said, Lance, but I have a feeling I'm going to be satisfied in the matter of Jerry Lawler Monday night.
Well, I'm a little disappointed in the attitude. Jimmy, I'm going to take. Hey, Jerry, come on. No.